Okay, folks, welcome back to Bullets and Brass. Today we're talking about barrels, particularly for handguns, and my opinions. And this is most definitely an opinion piece. This is not do as I say or you're an idiot or anything like that. Like, this is absolutely my position on this, and I freely admit it is subject to change. This is one of those things that is going to be very emotionally driven and financial to some extent. Although realistically, the price difference between the cheapest barrel and the most expensive normal barrel is small enough that if finances are really that big of the driver, other than just generally not spending extra money if you don't need to, then maybe you should hold off on the build. So we're talking about specifically in this case, Glock 19 barrels, just to keep it easy. And I've got the Faxon firearms page up here, and we're going to go to Rocky Brass for some more economical options. And I am not picking on either end of this. I just happen to know that Faxon makes some very nice, pretty, blingy kind of barrels at not, insanely inflated prices. And that Rocky Brass had some economical options that I could show. And we're just going to run through it. So, bottom of the line, cheapest option, right? $99 for either a black nitride or theoretically a match grade stainless barrel. Match grade is always relative, which is part of the point of this discussion, is that what exactly do you need out of a pistol barrel beyond reliable? As long as it feeds and extracts properly, you don't have any weird extra headspace or burrs or anything else, and it's at least rifled in sort of the right right twist rate, who cares? Does accuracy on this really matter in the grand scheme of things? Now, if you're building a precision handgun for longer range shooting, usually these are revolvers, but occasionally you'll see autos, where, particularly 22s, where you really do care about accuracy, yeah, okay, now you're getting into a different animal. But when you're talking about building basically a standard Glock for either 3-gun, IPSC, self-defense, anything like that, what exactly are you looking for here? Do you really care about getting that last little bit of accuracy versus just function? So why would you pay more for a barrel? Going to Faxon, now you're into real money here comparatively. We've doubled the price. We went from $99 or $110 or so to $200. However, what do you get? Even in their basic option, this is the most basic one they're listing. You get their flame fluting, non-threaded, and the Faxon barrel is going to be very well machined. All the little cuts and edges are going to be nicely done. Faxon doesn't skimp on their edges. Everything's going to be very nice. The finish will be very nice. Is that worth twice as much money? Obviously not to me, but if you want something that doesn't look quite normal, this would be a great option. If you didn't want blingy, you just didn't want normal. Same thing in the rainbow finish. Chameleon is what they call it. I don't know. I just always called it rainbow metallic. To me, now you're getting into form over function. You're paying for a look. Now, hey, if that's what you want, go for it. You're only talking another $100. In the grand scheme of things, when you're building this pistol, $100 is not a big deal. What is really the benefit here? What are you getting? To me, in a handgun of this type, you don't need more accuracy, as long as it is functionally decent. Hey, if I put an IPSC silhouette in front of you, 20 feet away, and you do your best shooting, can you hit reliably in the 10 ring, in the X ring even? If the gun can't physically do that, regardless of your shooting ability, if put it in a mechanical press, if the gun can't do that, figure it out. Whether it's the barrel, whether it's the slide fit, whether there's something loose where it shouldn't be loose, bad ammo, something's wrong. However, once you get past that level of accuracy, it seems like people spend a lot of time and money chasing slightly smaller groups. When I was growing up, I used to read a lot of reviews about 1911s and other handguns of the 80s and early 90s, where they would be talking about, they put it in a ransom rest and shoot for groups with different ammo. And, they're doing this at 25 yards. And they're making a big deal out of the fact that one handgun with a particular ammo was slightly smaller than average. That it did a 2-inch group at that distance instead of a 2.5-inch group, or instead of the 3-inch group that was like every gun in the world. They'd poo-poo the gun that made a 3.5-inch group. No, I'm sorry, but at 25 yards, if I'm hand holding the shot, a 3.5-inch group's doing pretty good. Maybe if I'm doing super slow fire, I'm better than that. But, for combat accuracy, meaning self-defense, meaning any of the shooting sports that are even remotely realistic, what level of accuracy is relevant versus just ego? Personally, I'm a real fan of buy it because you think it looks cool, not because you think it's going to make you a better shot. When it comes to handgun barrels, even the basics work great. This $99 Rocky Brass black nitride barrel is functionally going to be just as accurate as any of the high-end aftermarket barrels. Why? Because the ammo and shooting situation are not going to let you show off the improved accuracy of your great barrel. You're paying for something you're not going to actually use. Now, I'm not saying don't buy it. And if you're a good enough shot doing the kind of shooting that will show that difference, hey, absolutely, buy the best barrel for accuracy you can get. But otherwise, for most of us, building something we're going to carry or use for, I call it practical shooting. Now you can call it whatever you want. But things where time is just as important. You're getting on target and getting that shot off in a reasonable amount of time. You're not worried about absolute precision so much as, I'm on target. I'm in that 10 ring, I'm in that, X ring, or at least in the 9 ring even. So that's all I got. This is one of those absolutely pure opinion. And hey, if you want to spend the money on super fancy, super accurate, go for it. Power to you. Just make sure you know why you're doing it.